involved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much indeed for the opportunity to speak on this particular bill in the name of David Clark.
Which accent is this?
And I'm put in mind, Mr. Speaker, of that grand Kiwi tradition during festive occasions, sports days, picnic days, a good old-fashioned kids' lolly scramble, because that's what this bill reminds me of. Is this really the way, one has to ask, Mr. Chairman, is this really the way to introduce oneself as a serious member of Parliament concerned with legislation for the country's good? Is it? A habeas corpus is a very serious piece of legislation. It's a very serious piece of legislation. Accepted. I'll be interested to see if this gets the same vote. Because what we have, and I agree with my colleague, the chair of the Select Committee, David Bennett, I agree with him that this is a member that we had credited with having really good potential. We thought this could be a David with a future in the Labor Party.
Point of order, Lees-Galloway.
Mr. Speaker, this is the committee stage of this bill. I think it would behove the members opposite to at least address the content of the bill at some point.
Well, it's certainly been quite wide-ranging and actually quite humorous, I'd have to say, from both sides. And I am monitoring very closely. This is a time-limited debate, and if members waste their time in a time-limited debate, that's up to them. So, Chris, but I am keeping track.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And there we go. Savaged by Ian Lees-Galloway. Savaged, almost brought to silence. But let's think of this. We'll just go on. Wrapped in gift paper by your new Labour MP, David Clark. And I think it's a pity to embark on a political career in quite that way. The politician concerned is, in my mind, a serious politician. And I just think it doesn't quite carry the significance of the day as a commemorative day to declare it a holiday. Anzac Day is very, very special. And here we go, making it a holiday. What happened to those sector groups who created picnic days? You remember the picnic days, the good old Auckland picnic days? They didn't stay a picnic for very long. They're just part of being a day off. Trade unions, that's right. The emphasis changes when things are declared holidays rather than commemorative days. Mr. Chairman, it was moving to hear Simon O'Connor reading from an Anzac diary during the first reading of the speech. It was moving and it was disturbing to hear the criticism from the other side of the House, and here we go again. The process of this bill. The members opposite would like me to talk about the process of the bill. And I share the views again of Mr. Bennett, the charismatic chair of the Transport and Industrial Relations Select Committee, a charismatic chairman, and he made some very gracious remarks towards the way this bill was introduced and the way it was presented, and I would concur with those because it was well presented, it was well spoken to by people who came in to make submissions from both sides. I see a head shaking the other side. I'm speaking in favour of the presentation that we received. You shouldn't be critical of your own member, but we understand there is a little bit of difficulty for that particular party over there. But then again, as my colleague said, was it a good presentation or was it in fact flim-flam? Is this a road to being a David with a future within the Labour Party? What's in a name? Well, if the name is David, one is part of a plethora, a whole clan of them. But does this differentiate David definitively? How does it compare, Mr. Speaker? How does it compare with national policies passing through the same committee? Let's think of what some of those might be. National introduced the 90-day trial period for the new employees in small and medium-sized businesses in 2009. What would that do compared to this bill, which gives people holidays? That created 13,000 jobs. 13,000 jobs! This committee had another piece of legislation going through, which the members will remember, expanding the 90-day trial to all businesses in 2011. Research shows the government's 90-day trial period is encouraging businesses to take a chance on new employees.
I call Denise Roach.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's a pleasure